Paragraph 1. His public persona. Johnny Depp began his career as the handsome teen in 21 Jump Street, but quickly transformed into one of Hollywood's most chameleon-like stars. From Hamburglar to Edward Scissorhands, he became iconic for Awa, slipping into roles that were bold, offbeat, and utterly original. Even amid personal scandals, Depp maintained a fiercely creative reputation, his art always trailing his public controversies. Paragraph 2. Scandals and hiatus. But the last few years have taken their toll. His 2022 defamation trial, domestic violence claims, and ensuing media frenzy nearly eclipsed his stellar career. Between 2022 and 2024, Depp stepped back from major roles and focused on his art and music, living quietly in France and working on side projects. Many speculated he'd never reclaim his place in Hollywood, or that he'd prefer to fade away, worn out from the spotlight. Paragraph 3. Early 2025 comeback hints. Yet in early 2025, whispers began to swirl about Depp, making moves again. In March, he premiered a short film at Cannes, Vanishing Points, which he wrote, directed, and starred in. Critics praised its haunting visual poetry and Depp's brooding performance. But the big question remained, would he return to the mainstream or stay in indie one-offs? No one expected what came next. Paragraph 4. The shocking confession. At a private press event in Paris last month, Depp stunned everyone. He announced he would star and co-direct the next installment of the Pirates franchise. Yes, the very series that made him a global icon. He said, "It's time. The sea's still calling me, but I wanted to chart new waters behind the camera, too." Fans everywhere gasped. No one thought Depp would ever return to Disney, much less helm a multi-hundred-million-dollar blockbuster. But that's exactly what he's about to do. Paragraph 5. Why it seems impossible. Think about it. Depp was written off by many studios in 2022, and Pirates was considered dormant. Disney faced boycott threats if they rehired him. Recasting seemed assured. For Depp to bounce back and step into the director's chair, it feels like a plot twist from one of his own films. Yet his team confirmed. Agreements are signed, scripts are in development, and filming starts in late 2025. Paragraph 6. The creative vision. Depp explained that this new Pirates arc isn't simply nostalgia. He's repositioning it as a darker, more character-driven saga centered on Captain Jack Sparrow confronting his own myth. Depp emphasized depth over spectacle, saying, "I want the audience to care, to breathe with the character, to feel haunted by him." Early insiders say Depp has collaborated closely with a diverse writer's room, aiming to deepen representation and storytelling. Paragraph 7. 2025 context. In the broader context of 2025, Depp's return reflects a trend. Major studios are cautiously reintegrating controversial stars. Combined with changing audience attitudes, Depp's comeback signals a shift in Hollywood's risk tolerance. Plus, Depp's setup is unique, directing a tentpole film while representing the franchise, something rarely attempted without formal training. But he insists, "Story is my compass." Paragraph 8. Fan reactions. Fan communities erupted. On Reddit's r/Depp and r/Movies, one user wrote, "I never thought I'd see Jack Sparrow again, let alone the same guy playing him." Another observed, "He deserves this reclaim. If anybody can steer that ship back into relevance, it's him." Critics have cautioned that success depends on execution, but few doubt Depp's passion. Paragraph 9. The music and art side. Meanwhile, New York saw Depp's collaboration with post-punk band Sons of the Sea this summer. He appeared on stage in Brooklyn, co-performing a new song titled Sea Bones. Visual artist fans caught provocative fine art prints he debuted in London, coinciding with his film announcement. Depp's artistic renaissance in 2025 is more than comeback. It's about reclaiming creative identity across mediums. Paragraph 10. Troubled waters ahead. Of course, the path isn't smooth. Disney's insurance teams reportedly flagged Depp's controversial past. Some shareholders voiced concern, leading to internal risk reviews. There's also the public relations challenge. Will audiences embrace him again or hold on to past allegations? Depp's approach seems strategic. Transparency, presence in independent art, and a narrative rooted in passion, not denial. Paragraph 11. Industry reaction. Entertainment. Weekly cited anonymous Disney execs saying, "Depp's return is high stakes, but He's also the only actor who is Captain Jack. If it works creatively, it works commercially. Director Guillermo del Toro, a Depp friend, praised him. Johnny's always been a visionary. This choice to direct just reflects who he really is. Other creative allies flooded social media with words of support. Paragraph 12. Depp's mindset. In a mini documentary released May 2025, Depp's tone is serious but focused. He's seen reading classics on set, choosing camera angles, discussing wardrobe with design team. He talks about journeys through addiction and law, but emphasizes one lesson. I've learned to fight for my story, and now I'm telling it on my terms. Paragraph 13, number 1, jaw-dropping reveal. And now, the cornerstone truth. The number one most shocking revelation of 2025 isn't just that Depp is returning as Jack, but that he's financing half the estimated $250 million budget himself. Yes, Depp is personally investing in the project, with plans to own film rights and profit share. Industry insiders say this move gives him creative freedom, but also unprecedented risk. Never before has Depp put his own wealth on the line like this. Paragraph 14. Creative control and stakes. That level of investment means Depp controls casting, script, tone, without executive producers overriding him. Even Disney agreed because Depp's costly involvement reduced their upfront risk. Still, it's a financial gamble. If the sequel tanks, Depp loses tens of millions. If it soars, his payoff could reshape Hollywood deals for leading actors forever. Paragraph 15. Legacy and redemption arc. What does it all mean? Depp's journey, public slander, private art, underdog Hollywood status, and now a self-funded return, reflects a complete redemption arc. It reframes the narrative from scandal to resilience. His story in 2025 isn't just political. It's about taking ownership of his legacy at a time when most actors fade quietly. Paragraph 16. Broader 2025 context. Depp's move also mirrors wider industry trends in 2025. Franchise reboots, creator-led vehicles, and risk-sharing deals. But he's doing it with style, launching thought leader credentials that cross over into film, art, music, and mentorship. He's even scheduled a career masterclass event in Berlin this fall, set to discuss Hollywood, fame, and second acts. Paragraph 17. Fan and critic caution. There's caution too. Some fans express worry. What if Jack Sparrow becomes a lecture? Others hope Depp's heart stays in the creative tone that made the character timeless. Critics warn that nostalgia alone isn't enough. Depp's personal comeback story has to translate into compelling cinema. Paragraph 18. Early buzz and behind the scenes. During early rehearsals in London, set photos show Depp working closely with his first AD, adjusting Sparrow's swagger and costume color. Reports say he's made on-set calls to include more maritime cultural advisors to diversify the film's look. He reportedly told producers, "I want to deconstruct every cliché and rebuild with sensitivity." Paragraph 19. Other 2025 projects. Meanwhile, Depp's non-Pirates projects include a voice role in Legend of the Lighthouse, an animated Netflix feature premiering December 2025. He's also collaborating with writer-director Ari Aster on an intimate indie horror titled Moonlit Harvest, due in festivals late 2025. It's clear he's not banking on one return. He's building a creative empire. Paragraph 20. Concluding reflections. So, at 62, Johnny Depp hasn't just shocked the world, he's rewritten the rules. He's confessed a passion no one thought he'd own again, come full circle with a beloved role, and bet everything with personal investment and creative control. It's bold, unapologetic, and maybe reckless, but it's also utterly Depp. What row? Call to action: if Johnny's journey from scandal to self-funded comeback moved you, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell to follow this epic saga. Comment below. Are you excited for Pirates 6 directed by Depp? And should he have risked so much? Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay brave, stay creative, and remember, real artists never fade. They just find new seas to sail.